Hello, I'm Dr. Brandt Gibson. And when I was young, I was taught a principle called agency, which was the ability to make choices and decide what was going to happen in my life. This principle my father would often teach was that agency, although it was a privilege and an opportunity to make choices, was not free. There was always a consequence or a result related to that teaching, that principle. So I guess the best example is to kind of talk a little bit about this. I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and I was walking down the street, and my I grew up on a hill. So the elementary school was just down the hill from our house. Right, the top of the hill was our house, and as you walked down, of course, you couldn't see cars from the other side. And so I walked down a little bit to the school, and I realized I had to cross the road. And so I looked both ways like I was supposed to do. Then I put my head down and I started to run. Right as I did that, a car came over the hill, and with my head down, I didn't see it, and I ran right smack into the door and hit it really hard and fell back on my back. And I was trying to figure out what happened and trying to figure out why it happened. And then I realized that although I looked both directions, my choice to put my head down as I was running made it impossible for me to see the car coming. So I didn't get to decide what happened. I didn't get to decide if I ran into that car or not. In fact, it was there. I ran into it. And the good news was the car came over the hill fast enough that I wasn't in front of it when it came over the hill. So consequences can't be chosen, but you have great power in the ability to choose. You have the ability to choose if you're going to be happy or sad. You have the ability to choose if you're going to help someone or walk away. You have the ability to choose what you will be, who you will be, what you're going to become, and ultimately what your life will look like. And you may say you actually don't have that choice, that it's being made for you. Really, there is power in your ability to choose. So let me teach you a second principle before we get off today. The idea is you have in your mind the power of the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, or the subconscious mind. And the conscious mind is limited on how much data it can process, how much information it can go through. Whereas the subconscious mind is not limited. It can actually do a great deal of work. It can actually do so much that it is constantly working, even though the conscious mind is not. So let me give you an example. Conscious mind is 40 to 200 bits of information per second, whereas the subconscious mind is 4 billion bits. 200 bits, 4 billion bits. You can see that the subconscious mind can do so much more. And for that reason, we have a portion of the brain called the reticular activating system, the RAS filter. And what it does is it determines what information we are processing and what information we are not. And so if you make a choice that you're going to see those things that are going on in the day that make you happy, make you pleased, make you successful, whatever that is, your RAS filter will notice, okay, the conscious mind wants to notice this, and it moves it from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind, and it works on it. But even more importantly, because this is important to you, it's going to also move you, or this focus, to the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is actively seeking out this information, actively working for you, and can help you make the choices that will absolutely change your life. So you have power. You have power in your choices. You have power in deciding what you want to do. So this is Dr. Brandt Gibson, and I want to teach you that power, the power to choose who you are, who you become, and ultimately what your life looks like. You have that power. There's great power in taking the agency and making the choices. Thank you. Have a great rest of your night.